Perfect. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dragon Ball Super So Far, Play Legit's Dragon Ball Super review show, where we come back every month and recap the past few episodes of Dragon Ball Super. That is Dragon Ball Super So Far. I'm your host, Corey Elijah, and I'm with my good friend Uriah. What's going on, man?
Hey man, what's up? I'm ready to talk some Dragon Ball.
Oh,
It's been
yeah.
a long fight. These what 4 episodes, but
Yeah, there's a strenuous battle that went down. There's been a few peaks at a few people's power as well to see where some of the other characters from Universe 7 may lead up to too. So it should be a nice talk. There's been a lot that's gone on between this big fight that we're going to talk about. And there's some pretty cool things that that are looking like they're going to be foreshadowed in the future. So let's get on into it, man. If you're ready.
always.
All right. So we're going to be kicking this off with episode 113. Title of that episode is going to be "With Great Joy: The Repeat Battle Crazy Saiyan Fight." And with this episode, this kicks off the battle between Goku and Caulifla, or Goku slash Caulifla, Goku versus Caulifla slash Kale. And this, like we were saying, like we hinted at, this is literally the next 4 episodes or so. This is all pretty much just going to be the fight between Goku and the remaining Universe 6 Saiyans, Caulifla slash Kale. And it's not bad. I think they did justice to the characters. I know a lot of people are kind of on the fence between Caulifla and Kale, not knowing if they like them. A lot of people don't know if they like them. A lot of people really like them. Some people are like me; they're kind of indifferent about it. I like the idea of there being more Saiyans.
They're kind of powering up fast.
Right.
That's the biggest gripe I see. Which I'm like, different universe, whatever. Yeah.
Right. It's just like, and there is like the slight backstory to it where they evolve differently, and that's why they don't have tails, and maybe that's why they power up faster, because you tend to be able to achieve a greater height when you don't have a tail. Goku didn't go Super Saiyan until his tail was gone, which was gone for a long time. Same thing with Vegeta, Gohan, things like that. So, and Goten, I'm assuming they tail circumcised Goten, because we've never seen Goten with a tail, not that I can recall.
They just don't want to address it. They forget about it.
They were like,
What Toriyama does.
we want to make him stronger, so we're just going to chop it off at birth. Who knows?
Other Saiyans, I mean, they've been essentially peaceful by comparison. Z Fighter, our Saiyans, they've been pushed up against the wall a lot. So I don't. I think that's part of it. They haven't really had that struggle,
Right.
but they got the potential because Saiyans.
Right. Because it's in your blood. So 113, like we were saying, this is the kickoff between the battle of Goku versus the remaining Universe 6 Saiyans, the female Saiyans, might I add. And it was, I mean, let's keep it real. It was a fierce battle all the way through. This episode in particular, it was cool to see Goku kind of play with them, not necessarily play with them, but use them to regain his stamina. Now, I mean, we'll talk about it more at the end, if it was really worth him trying to regain his stamina, if he was just gonna expel it all. But he gets his stamina back, and it was cool to see over the next couple episodes Goku just slowly but surely getting his energy back while he's fighting against Caulifla. And Kale as well. But in this fight particularly, he's facing off against Caulifla. And Goku starts off in his base form. And he's actually doing pretty good, considering he just got done with his fight with Jiren. Like, getting completely manhandled by Jiren.
He's a little breather, definitely.
Yeah. But what did you think about how everything went with this? I was kind of shocked, honestly, that Caulifla and Kale got right into wanting to fight Goku. Goku was, he was about to get jumped, but then he got saved by Kyle and Kale. But then Kyle steps up and she's like, hey, I want you to teach me how to turn Super Saiyan 3. Goku, honestly, in my opinion, I would have been like, hey, maybe you should just, thanks for the help, but I need to go hide. But no, he goes in with, he doesn't even second guess it. He just goes right in. He's like, yeah, sure. We'll see if you can make it to that level.
That's our classic Goku, though, right? Never kind of backs down. He's always willing to push the limits. He wants to bring out the best in his opponent because he wants the best fight. Saiyan blood,
Yeah,
But
doing the same thing.
Again, they just they power up pretty fast. Like, oh, cool, there's a Super Saiyan 2. Boom, we got it.
Right.
Kappa's like, hey, you can turn Super Saiyan. Like, what's that? Boom, got it. Got that tingly spine and everything. Right. So
let me try it. Boom, legendary Super Saiyan. So
right, yeah. Like, is this canon now? Cool, I guess. Yeah,
we'll take it. Fan service.
I had to explain that to my friend. That whole Anyways, we got the green legendary power now.
Yeah. So as this battle goes on, it's cool. I'd like to see kind of the techniques that Goku was using. Goku has been pulling a lot of cards from, I'll even say, Dragon Ball, utilizing techniques from other Z fighters. He's already used the Solar Flare. He's used After Image. He's used a lot of these techniques that we haven't really seen him use in a long time. Usually we just see him overpowering his opponent, but now with the low stamina, we actually get to see Goku more as a martial artist, using different techniques, even saying sorry to Tien for borrowing one of his techniques and stuff. I thought that was really cool to kind of see him work back from, his basic training all the way up through the line of his different forms, Super Saiyan 2, 3, God, and so forth.
It was interesting when he popped the God back out. They were kind of keeping up with him till then, it seems.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, earring time. Yeah.
And that's when things kind of went left. Again, I'm trying to stick to the episode, but it's more of, like, honestly, I feel like we're gonna end up just talking about this fight just because it's over the series of episodes, and Goku, as he's powering up each step he goes through, he pulls another level. Eventually, it gets to the point where Kyle and Kale, they're teaming up to face off against Goku. But something cool did happen, and a lot of people probably didn't like this, but Kale, because she wants to work so well with Kyle and how she wants to, achieve a new height with them together, they're like really, 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 like, they're either in a relationship or they're like teeny boppers, like 14-year-old kids or something like that.
Something.
Because of the relationship, they just like, they're all about togetherness, or at least between the two of them. So their dynamic is really cool. They did work really well together. There's an awesome sequence when we see them teaming up together, and they're actually kind of giving it to Goku. It may be because Kale masters the legendary Super Saiyan form, just because she wants to join forces and achieve a greater height with Kyle, which, like I said, some people may think that was questionable. But after that point, they did a great job, I feel, with the animation for one, and just the fight scene between them.
Yeah, we saw they gave us legendary, through, like, arguably this like shyest Saiyan in history. It was interesting when they introduced us to begin with. We had like a mob boss, then we just like the shy, not girlfriend or sister or something we didn't know at the time. But
right.
All of a sudden, bam, she's arguably the most powerful Saiyan in that universe now. Like, okay. But yeah, I knew they'd fuse because they brought that up, but even without that fusion, though, yeah, they were definitely giving Goku a run for his money.
Yeah.
I like to think he's kind of he was leading him into that, though, right? Because he wants to hit that instinct, so he needs to build up a threat to get back to that point, so he can go wake Jiren up.
Yep. Yeah, and it's
ultimately, I think they were just warm up for him, and he knew that. So
yeah,
I don't think he ever considered them to be a real threat.
Right. and that shows, especially as it gets more towards the end of the battle, because like we were saying, like he just powers up more and more, and it's strange because now it's like Goku has like a regenerative technique where now, like he's an android or something, he can regain stamina while he's just fighting. So that, I'm still kind of on the fence about it, but it was pretty cool to see how he has reached this point of being a martial arts master, where now he can, even if he's fighting, he can regain his stamina while he's fighting to get himself back to the point where he needed to be, and how he can just utilize a fight to kind of power back up.
I mean, that's the beauty of the entire Super Show, I think, is Goku's getting to that master level. At the same time, he's training with gods. Mm-hmm. He's learning about God Ki. He's getting his Zen on, as I like to think of it. Yeah, he's learning that it's not. Yeah, that's the whole instinct form is. Don't think, just react. Like, well, just I can't express it too well, but
let the body do the work.
So it leads up to all this. It's different. It's still the Goku I know, the one I grew up with, the one I love, but he's growing as a person, as a martial artist.
Yeah, he's definitely developing in a way. It's like he's finally becoming an adult, like they say, Saiyans age slower, you don't really start showing that you're elderly until you're like in your 80s or whatnot, that like they say. So maybe he's finally maturing, and he's at that point where he's still Goku, but he's at that point now where he's finally starting to understand things in a way like, hey, maybe if I, go about things a different way, maybe a little, or tweak my technique, this will get me to the next level.
Oh, definitely. It's been a cool journey with Goku, because I wondered, and I'm like, we've had Goku since Dragon Ball. It's been Goku. They tried to give us Gohan. We might still get Gohan eventually, but that focal point has just been good old Goku, and they could have kept it the same, but they changed it up enough in Super to keep it fresh and to keep him still Goku. So I'm digging it.
Yeah, definitely. So, like you said, we all knew that there was going to be a fusion. Like Dragon Ball Super, it's huge fan service. It's and I'm not mad at it because they're doing all of the right things. They're doing what we want to see. And then we finally get to see a new fusion between new Saiyans, and they happen to be the girl Saiyans, which was pretty dope. So we get Kawafla and Kale to fuse, and their name is Kefla. And boy, if you are a power scaler, you were raging during this episode.
Just a little bit.
Because Goku is Super Saiyan Blue by this point. And
that was my friend's point. I'll sit there and watch him with him at least once a week, and he's like, how are they keeping up, man? Like, let's not try to think about it too much. Different universe, it's fine.
Yeah. Like the potential of the Saiyans in Universe 6 or something. I don't know what it was, but
I mean, fusion dance. This is a fusion on a god level too, I guess. Using the earrings. So
true.
The perfect fusion, I guess you could say, between two beings. You can't really screw that one up. So,
and then you have a Saiyan with what seems to be unlimited potential, and then you have it fused with the legendary Super Saiyan.
I mean, boy, they wiped out like the East Galaxy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good thing that's not canon, but it's I always love that opening, and Team Force does a callback to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where you just have to just live for the battle, live for the fight, and that's what they gave us. That's what they gave us, and this is by far one of the best fight scenes probably in Dragon Ball, just because the power kept on increasing. That
finisher, man.
That finisher. So like we said, after Kefla is now fused, Goku was in his blue form, and we think it is going to be all over, but no, 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 no. Goku was just biding his time, trying to figure out exactly how he can tap into that instinct. And when the time got right, when he was at that point of what seemed to be no return, looking like he was going to just be finished
Right.
with this giant blast sent by Kefla. Here comes Goku standing there unscathed, and
Like a boss.
he looks slightly different. It doesn't look like there's much heat emitting from his body now. So Goku is starting to finally learn how to properly use Ultra Instinct to the point where during some of the fights there appears to be like times where you see him actually thinking about something, and that's when his elbow gets scathed by a beam. You see his hair get cut, but all of the other instances of him appearing not to be thinking about anything. Now he could be. I mean, it's animation. Who knows? But everything seems to be working perfect for him. So he's at that point where he's starting to discover and figure out how this form actually works when he has it initiated. And during a lot of this too, I'm not sure if you noticed this, Uriah, but it seemed like he had the perfected aura, where it seemed like he just had like the outline of the aura around him without any of the heat emitting from him.
It makes sense. It's like, you can't fight it, right? Whis gives us a little bit of explanation. It's like, oh, he was thinking for a few moments, and that threw him off, like you're pointing out. So I think he just has to give into it. And the aura's changing. He's definitely perfecting it, slowly but surely here.
Yeah. So this was, like I said, this is by far one of my favorite fight scenes in Dragon Ball, just because, I mean, they brought the animation. You see, like there's a moment in time where Goku, he's going for the kill, right? He's going for the win. He tells Kefla like, "Oh, you can't beat me like this." After he turns into Ultra Instinct, and she's just enraged.
Right.
She's just draining so much power. This is after their own power battle where Goku was just emitting some massive force of energy from his body in the Ultra Instinct form. Kefla is just going even bigger with her energy, and it's seeming like the stage is going to be destroyed just from them powering up. But when they get into this final battle, Ultra Instinct Goku versus, Super Saiyan 2 Kefla, it's nuts, man. It is an epic freaking battle to the point where we see Goku charging a Kamehameha, hopping from different pieces of the stage that are just ripped apart. And it was just so awesome, man. What did you think about this final, showdown between Kefla and Goku?
I try to remember that attack's called what? Like on the Dragon Ball Z Budokai games. I remember there was one where he teleports. It's like when he blasts Cell in the Cell games.
The
Name for that.
instant transmission Kamehameha, I think.
Yeah, I think they dumbed it down in the game,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean that's what you should call it, right? But
Yeah.
it's just like Ultra Instinct one. It's just like, I'm just gonna dodge, pop around.
Yeah.
It's like how how calm it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Super
because
Zen thing, it's calm. It's that God key. So
yeah, he just has the straight face, and he's just charging the Kamehameha, and you just see Kefla just slowly but surely, breaking down, kind of like, no, you're not gonna win, I'm gonna win, just letting out all of this massive energy, and it's just everybody's kind of like in the background, like you see Gohan and Piccolo, the wind's blurring. Vegeta is like, it just cuts to Vegeta, and he's just like, oh, like, what's that energy? And I'm just like, man, like, this is so good. And Goku is just serious, straight face, hopping from brick to brick while Kefla's shooting blasts at him, just charging this Kamehameha, right? And then
like that eye contact for a second.
Yeah,
Bam!
yeah. And Goku,
That's-
he just hops in the air, man. You just see him hop in the air. Kefla's like, oh, you can't dodge when you're in the air. And Goku says, I don't give an F, right, man? And while he's
Exactly.
charging it, he does like a somersault. This guy does a somersault,
Yep.
uses his ki blast to like grind up Kefla's energy blast, and then pops in her face, and then just like Kamehameha to the face. Like it was so epic, man. And the animators knew it was so epic. They put the replay like this is like an NBA
Yeah.
dunk or something.
That's true. I didn't think about it the first time I watched through it. I'm like, wait, this replayed, yeah. As I replayed it, you know. But
Yeah. Yeah, because if they didn't replay it, I definitely would have. I mean, I did rewind it a couple times to watch it again, just because it was so smooth how he did it, and Kefla's just so confident the whole time. Like, up, I win, and Goku's just like, nope, grinds up her blast and just Kamehameha to the face, and it was honestly, I don't know. That may be that's top 3 Kamehamehas of Dragon Ball ever.
oh, it's a top 10 moment for me, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Ultra instincts, this ultra concentration, you know.
Yeah.
Just, I'm just gonna hop on these rocks. Just gonna flip around here. Boom. It's kind of like the scene in Deadpool where he sees like the little animals running around. I feel like Goku's just thinking like, la la la, just fighting. I don't know. It's a whole different mode for Goku. So
Yeah. Yeah, so
it's
it
not
was
just screaming as loud as you can anymore. Now we're really getting back to the martial arts.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
we saw a lot of Dragon Ball.
it's all coming around full circle.
So it really was just kind of like, what's your power level in Z, right?
Hmm. Yeah, and in that scene, it actually kind of proves like this isn't about power level. Both of these people are incredibly strong. Kefla has
Roshi did that.
this
A lot of
unlimited.
people have done that this tournament.
Yep. Yeah, and it all always comes down to skill, or even how Frost got eliminated. He was tricked. It's not about your strength. It's about the mind, and that's what's so cool about the Tournament of Power, because it's showing like it doesn't matter how powerful you are, anything can still happen. And that's, I think, in the future that's going to be the most interesting thing, especially dealing with Jiren. So
I think at the end of this, or toward the end of this tournament, that's what it's going to come down to, too, right? The tournament was just a facade. Like something's going to go down. Like a lot of people think something's going to go down. We'll see.
Yep. I mean, something has.
It's
to
not just
happen,
like
man.
a guy comes down to Earth, be like, "I'm going to blow up the Earth unless you fight me." It's not that anymore, man.
No.
You got higher motives here.
Yep.
Intergalactic,
Yep.
dimension,
Yep.
universe.
Yep. Multi-universal conflict going on. So that was pretty much the sum of episode 113 through 116. 117 is where things changed, right? Because now Kefla's eliminated, Kale and Caulifla are now eliminated. They go back to the bench. Their Patara is destroyed. Universe 6 has 2 fighters left, and it's their Namekians who are facing off against Gohan and Piccolo. In the future, we will see what the outcome of that is going to be. Part of
That's
me,
the next episode, yeah.
yeah, part of me kind of thinks maybe, and I don't know how this would happen. What if the Namekians were to fuse with Piccolo?
I read that theory or something online.
Yeah, I haven't looked too much into it, but in the back of my mind I was always thinking like, if they were to fuse, would that merge the universes together? Or what would happen there? But
I mean, ultimately the rules are a little willy-nilly. They're just kind of changing them up. Like, oh, fusion's cool. Okay, what Isama said's cool, but it's really hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do that.
mm,
It'd be interesting.
yeah,
Definitely, like I'm not against it per se, but I don't see that happening.
yeah,
I think they're going to fuse together, maybe to give Goku and or Gohan and Piccolo a run for their money. I don't know if Gohan's really gone all out yet.
No, we still haven't seen the bang drop. I believe the bang drops next episode though, so we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, we got Goku or Gohan and Piccolo, the tacticians, right? So they've been biding their time. They're not pushing themselves as much as Goku.
Yeah, yeah. the scholar and the man who was once evil.
Now he's a babysitter.
Yep. Yep. He has all the time to read all the books in the world, huh?
That Godfather Piccolo now.
So 117 is, I'll say, the episode a lot of people were waiting for. Just because so many people, and I mean, I don't necessarily blame them, so many people hate Ribrianne. Like with a passion.
I'd rather see other things. You know, it's not bad. It's just I can't believe they've been around this long.
Yeah, like it was.
Or, you know, they could be in the background. They're in the forefront a lot. So I guess the magical girl thing is still big. I don't know.
Well, I personally would have rather seen Universe 9 around than Universe 2, but it is what it is. They have their motives. They're gonna do this for whatever reason. But it was nice because we kind of got to see a human side to Android 17. Maybe that's what they were setting it up for. And ultimately, Love battled the androids this episode. So Universe 2, they went to jump Goku because, of course, Goku is out of stamina again. Because he just expelled all of his stamina from using Ultra Instinct. Now he's back in his base form, and of course people are going to try to jump him. So right as I believe it was Ribrianne or Rosie, one of the people from Universe 2 were going to try to eliminate Goku, shoot a blast at him. The androids, they deflect the blast, and we're like, oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
17's back.
And Rosie.
Yep.
Love Symphony. Boom. Giant heart.
Yep. Nope. Get that heart out of here. Yeah, and they split the heart down the middle. Now that I recall.
Yep.
It was nice to see the androids standing there, and we got a little scene of them before that as well, where 18, her ankle is hurt or whatnot, and we get a little dialogue between them, the two of them, which again kind of humanizes the androids, since they're androids. A lot of us kind of look at them like, hey, you're just killing machines, but they were humans before they were the androids. They still have hearts, they still have emotions. Clearly 18 is a wife and has a child, so she's clearly not just a robot. And it was nice to see them kind of dialogue between the two of them. 18 saying to 17 like, hey, I heard you're gonna bring your kid, you're gonna get a ship if you win and bring the kids around the world to see the world and stuff like that. So it was kind of cool to see them both like being human and kind of recognizing with each other like, hey, like we've gone through some things in our past. Yeah, we were turned into androids, but we can still be people. We can still have families. We can still, to be cheesy, we can still love. So
yeah. I mean, 18, she's kind of, she was already there for me mostly. Like, she likes money, like in the Z arcs, like, like, I'll let you win, Hercules, got to give me the winnings plus 10 million more Zenny.
Yeah.
But it's for the family, really, right? But no, like, I mean, that's why it was cool to see 17, however many episodes ago. Like, oh, he's the park ranger. He's got a family. He's got kids. Yeah, and during this fight, it's like, oh, I heard you're gonna buy a car or something if you get the winnings and let your family travel the world. Be like, oh, you're a good family man. But
right.
It was probably the most human conversation of the tournament so far.
Yeah,
I love that too, right? Because they're always, I don't want to say they're cold calculating, but they still got that vibe of machine to a degree, emotionless to a degree. I love those guys. I also like Chuck Huber, so I'm glad Chuck Huber gets some more voice work with Android 17. Dub gets around, but
it was it was cool to see him face off. Goku, he's got to hold off 3, but it didn't really highlight too much of that. It mainly was just showcasing 17 versus Rosie and Ribrianne versus 18. And I was glad to see Ribrianne face off against 18 as well, just because she's like Queen Commander Love. 18, she's like, Ribrianne's talking smack to 18 because she figures out like she loves Krillin, and she's like, he doesn't even have a nose, he's hideous. And
how can you love that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's just like, dude, you're so shallow to be like all for love. How are you this shallow, Ribrianne? And it was nice to see that true love beat out against this artificial love, I guess I'll say, from Universe 2.
It was as shallow as that giant avatar she made.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they thought she thought that just because she turned into a giant avatar, that 18 wouldn't come through and smash her fists and knock her out of the ring.
She did like a dragon fist thing, man. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, did she just kill her? Because she went right through her, but now it's just an avatar we found out. I'm like, you guys blew a hole in her, but it turned out okay.
Yeah.
But 18's like, man, I'm just here to get paid. I just want some money for winning this.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get this dough. I'm trying to win this money for my family. I'm a wife. I have a daughter. Like, I love
I
Krillin.
think she definitely cares more. Like 17, he straight up was like, if the universe ends, so be it.
Right.
Yeah, when they first approached him. Like, oh, wait, there's some money? I could use some money, you know?
Doesn't matter.
That's the most human thing about them, man. They want money.
Yeah. They want cash. Yeah, I mean, they're technically teenagers, so I mean that's what they're all about. All about
Eternal
going
teenagers.
shopping.
Right.
Give me all your zenny.
Marin needs a new console to get Fighter Z.
You right? Yeah, so for the most part, the episode, like I said, it was just getting Rubrianne the F out of here, and boy, was I happy about that. I tweeted about it. I got, a good response on Twitter about saying, thank you, 18, for getting Rubrianne the F out of here. So,
A lot of people thought they were going to fuse 17 and 18. Like, we're going to get Android 35. I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
No, they're not going to fuse.
Yeah, like I believe they mentioned it briefly, and they were like, but it's a boy and a girl.
That too.
Yeah, what would... And I think that's another thing I kind of like about the show. It's almost like they listen, and then they hear a lot of the things like the fandom says, and then they're like, "Yeah, we hear you, but we're definitely not going to do that. But we'll like mention it briefly for you, just so you know we're not going to do that, because it's completely ridiculous what you guys come up with sometimes." Which I'll admit, the fandom does come up with some ridiculous stuff. We also kind of prognosticate some pretty good theories that sometimes become true. So,
Oh, yeah.
we should all get writers credit.
Something like that. Those credits will get even longer, man.
Yeah. But the Tournament of Power rages on now. Universe 2 has 3 fighters left, and I can only imagine they will be getting out of here fairly soon. Universe 6 has 2 fighters left. Universe 4, I believe, has 3 or 4 fighters left. We got 3 fighters left from Universe 11, and Universe 7 is still in the lead. We got a nice amount of what we have. Half a dozen people left or something like this. We got 17,
Android, Piccolo.
Yep, 17, 18, Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, Vegeta, and Frieza. So we have 7 fighters left.
Yep, Frieza. I forgot he's lurking around the back
Yeah,
still.
Frieza is literally...
He's like, this fights.
What is Frieza planning? Because this guy is literally not doing anything.
Didn't he say about Jiren? He's like, man, like I'm a monster, but he's a monster.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that.
I feel like is he just there to make sure that he can get revived, and he just doesn't want to risk losing or something? Like, or is he planning? I feel like he's planning something devious, because he mentions he wants to rule all of the angels and the Grand Priest and even Zeno. So I don't know what Frieza's planning. He's gonna take out Goku as soon as he beats Jiren or something. I don't know.
There's so many ways they can take this. There really is. Like, even without Frieza being there, like, I don't know. But yeah, we have the Frieza wild card essentially. So
yeah, just like, and he's been here pretty much for no reason, except for to knock Frost out.
Yeah, and it's not like Frieza could necessarily generate ki as well as Vegeta or Goku, so he probably needs to bide his time a little better, just like Gohan is.
True.
Or Piccolo, so
yeah.
I don't know. I like that he's there, because that's a big question mark.
Yeah, it keeps
I like being surprised. Sure.
We'll see what happens. in these last, what is it, 10 minutes, I believe, left in the Tournament of Power. 15. It's
I think
15.
it's 15.
15 minutes.
It was like a third of the 44. So
Yeah. So I mean, we still have
getting out there.
Still have 15 episodes left then.
I think they said what the tournament arc was going to go till March.
March, yeah, I believe March or April they were saying. So something is going to happen. I don't know what it's going to be, but something is going to go down, and I can't wait to see what happens afterwards because there's still so much they can do.
I mean, crunch the numbers. They can only change the camera viewpoint to so many people now.
Right, yeah.
It's not like there's all these battles going on anymore. We're down to a select few.
So let's grade this based off fights. Let's grade the Goku versus Khalifa Kale / Kefla, and then let's grade the androids versus the Love Force of Universe 2, Ribrianne and Rosie.
Well, Vegeta's fighting them. No love for Vegeta. I don't know what Vegeta's doing. He's playing around.
Vegeta was fighting Topo, and then all of a sudden was not fighting Topo.
Yeah, there's like, we're just gonna watch for a while, I guess.
and like part of me is like, dude, did you think we forgot that Vegeta was fighting Topo? Because I want to see, I want to see that. I want to see Vegeta fight someone that's worthwhile. Oh, and before we do this, I forgot to mention, Vegeta tries to learn Ultra Instinct. He wants to master it before Goku. I can't believe I slipped past this. He wants to master it before Goku, so he's going up against the superhero guy. I forget his name. I forget the universe he's from.
Power Ranger dude, yeah.
Yeah, he's like a Power Ranger guy that his suit changes for different battle modes or whatnot. And Vegeta goes to learn. He wants to learn Ultra Instinct, so he's gonna fight this guy, right? And he completely just loosens up his body, and Vegeta is just taking blows for I don't know how many hits Vegeta takes, tons. And then eventually he's just like, forget it. And he just starts beating dude up because he's just like, we're going to have to try to figure this out some other way.
It was like one punch to the gut, I think. He's like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, yep.
You're not enough of a threat, apparently.
He's just like, oh, man.
Like, this form, I'm 100 times stronger. He's like, okay, come hit me for a while.
No.
Yeah, Topo Vegeta, man. That second fiddle comment, though, that's still...
Yeah. That still burns, man. I can still feel it. I'm just like, man, Vegeta, you need to avenge this insult somehow. But so Goku versus Kefla, what did you think?
Long fight, interesting. Again, ultimately, I think Goku was toying with it. He just wanted them to kind of boost him back up. But no, it's like that finisher though. That was awesome. It's definitely one of the better fights in Super. A rating like what, 1 out of 5? You think?
Yep.
I'll stick with a 4. It's 4 episodes. It was a long fight. I'd have to go back and kind of watch it again, I guess.
No, I agree. I'm gonna go with 4 as well, because of that last moment being such a great moment. That's what kicks it to the 4. Otherwise, I'd honestly give it a 3, because the battle wasn't bad. It was just stretched out so long, 4 episodes, just ultimately for them to get knocked out and Goku to be tired again. It was just, but that Kamehameha, man, and the grind on the energy wave, I have to, that was so epic, and that's one of, top 10 moments ever in Dragon Ball, so you got to give it a 4.
It was kind of predictable with the whole how those Saiyans and our Saiyans react. Like, oh, there's another form. Do you want to power up? Okay. How they handled the end, they gave it a 4. Otherwise, it would have been a 2 or 3, honestly. Yeah. There wasn't any surprises up until then for me. Right. It's like, oh, we got Super Saiyan, 3 for a second? God. Anyways, 4 out of 5.
And then for the androids versus Universe 2, Rosie and Ribrianne.
Probably a 3 for the actual fight part.
I was gonna say 2.5 to 3.
The whole love thing was a little overplayed by then for me, so
I'm gonna say 3 because I'm glad Ribrianne got the F out of here, man.
And I appreciate they didn't fuse anybody else.
Yeah.
I guess because that's the Pandora's box. As soon as they introduced that in Super, I'm like, this tournament's gonna get more interesting now.
Yep. Just
That's when all the fan theories started coming out, like Goku and Gohan will fuse. Like that's not how it works or how it should work, but sure.
Gohan. Yeah, finally. Like, no.
I finally got some antennae. I don't know. The baby can play with these. I don't know.
Well, that's going to do it for this installment of Dragon Ball Super 4. So far, going over episodes 113 to episodes 117. Saturday, we'll have another episode. We're going to see what goes on with those Namekians from Universe 6, as well as Goku being jumped. But we will be back next month with a recap of the next few episodes of Dragon Ball Super. There is still plenty of time left in the Tournament of Power, and we will be here with you every month to recap what the heck has actually taken place and what we think is going to go on to finish out the tournament and everything else that's going to happen in Dragon Ball Super. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the podcast here. Make sure you subscribe to us here on iTunes or subscribe to us on SoundCloud if you're listening to us there. Also, make sure you share this with your friends, tweet us out, or whatever you need to do to make sure you share. Copy and paste the link and put it on Facebook for all your friends and family. And talk about some of these discussions with some of your friends. Let us know what you guys think about Dragon Ball Super so far. And until next time, I am your good friend Corey Elijah. You can follow me on Twitter at Corey Elijah. I've been here with my great co-host Uriah. Where can everybody find you, my friend?
Yep. Find me Uriah.me. Pretty much has a link to all my socials on there. It's www.uriah.me. And just a shout out to all the collectors out there. Check out the Funko Pops. We got some Dragon Ball Super ones coming in basically January. You can pre-order most of them right now. So
get on it before you miss out on them and you
show your support, show your love. Get some collectibles.
You don't want to have to pay 3 times, 4 times, 10 times as much as they're worth to get them later on. So make sure you get them now. Make sure you get them now. Well, anyways, until next time, guys, this has been Dragon Ball Super so far, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.